everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video we are going to see about brain and behavior in psychology. The foundation of development. Human development is not merely determined by a single factor, but also it is a result of continuous interaction between hereditary and environment. So it is combined together is called personality behavior. Hereditary is nothing but our inheritance, which is giving us a limit of our potential, and it shape the genes or shape the characteristics of our ancestors. So coming to environment, the quality of our life experience determine how much we are potential to reach or survive in the society. So the when environment and hereditary is related, it's interdependent. So these two factors forces or partially inseparable, and genetic endowment provides reaction ranges of levels an individual might reach based on their environment. And the biological framework of behavior is based on many classification. One is receptors. The receptors is sense organs like eyes, ears, skin, and which receive stimuli from the outer world within the body. So this is called receptors. Effectors is nothing but organ of response, which is specifically the muscles. Examples: smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, and skeletal muscles, and glands like duct glands and ductless glands. And coming to the connectors, it connects the both receptors and effectors, which is integrating mechanism consisting of nervous system, and the neuron coordinates receptors and effectors. Coming to the building blocks, it is neurons and their type. So the main concept is the neuron is the basic element of the nervous system, and it is structurally consisting of dendrites, the branches like chambers, and in the middle it consists of nuclei, and the outer layer of nucleus is called a soma, and the Schwann cells is present, and the connecting between the two Schwann cells is called rhoda granular, and the Schwann cell is covered of myelin sheath, and the last part of a neuron is called axon, or called as terminal buttons. In this, the cell body is within the nucleus, and dendrites, the main function is which receive the messages, axon is which carries the message away. And coming to the myelin sheath, a fatty covering that increases the velocity of electrical impulses. And the main function is sensory neurons, which handle the sensation and perception. Coming to motor neurons, it is responsible for the moment of activating glands. Interneurons, this carries signals for thoughts and add reflexes activities. Coming to the neural communication, impulses and synapses, main thing is communication between neuron occurs through the electrochemical impulses across specialized junctions. In neural impulses is message travel along the axon and electrical charges. When the impulse reaches the terminal button, it triggers and releases of chemical. And the synapse is the last part of a neuron. This is filled with the space both the between, and this is called axon terminal of one neuron and the dendrite of the next. And synaptic transmission is nothing but neurotransmitter diffuse across the synaptic cleft to bind with the receptor sites and receiving neuron. And coming to the neurotransmitter, it is also called as a chemical messenger. Main function is chemical that convey transmission or information across the synapses. This play a vital role in human emotion and behavior. This is the main thing where the messages are passed from one neuron to the other neuron. Excitatory and inhibitory is neurotransmitter either allow or prevent the impulses from continuing their course. Example, adrenaline. Adrenaline is a flight or fright hormone which plays a role in increasing the heart rate and blood pressure in the emergency situation. And dopamine is a pleasure, addiction and motivation hormone, and serotonin plays an important role in mood, sleep cycle and digestive regulations. And GABA as this plays a role in calming and improves the focus. Acetylcholine, it helps in learning, thoughts and muscle action. And coming to the endocrine system, glands and hormones, the main concept is glands assist in digestion, metabolism and the regulation of emotional states. Ductless glands plays a role in releasing secretion through the tubes like salivary, sweat and lacrimal glands. Coming to the endocrine ductless glands, release hormones. This will be releasing hormone directly into the bloodstream like pituitary, thyroid and adrenal pancreases. The main impact on behavior will be hormonal imbalances. When the hormonal imbalance occurs, we'll have symptoms like restlessness, anxiety, weakness and unusual changes in physical strength and reasoning powers. Coming to the how the nervous system is organized, the main concept is this is divided based on the location and its functions: central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Coming to the central nervous system, the spinal cord and the brain, this act as a commanding center of a body. And peripheral nervous system, this connects to the central nervous system, the rest of the body. Somatic system, this is both sensory and motor. This handles voluntary movements. And the autonomic system, this is an involuntary thing. This includes sympathetic system like stress, emergency response, and parasympathetic. In parasympathetic, this plays a role in calming and energy storage in our body. Coming to the forebrain, the seat of complexity. So, in this, forebrain is the largest and most complex part of the brain, and it is responsible for the high order function. Thalamus, this is a station of sensory impulses, receiving and giving messages. And hypothalamus, this influence over emotional and motivational behavior. This regulates eating, drinking, sleeping, etc. And coming to the lymphatic system, often this is called as emotional brain, and this involved in survival, pleasure and memory. Cerebral cortex, this is divided into two hemispheres or into the four lobes, which is frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital. So frontal bone is responsible for abstract thinking and for problem solving. Parietal plays a role in movement, control and manipulation of objects. Temporal, this is responsible for sound, speech and processing. Occipital is for visual processing. And coming to the midbrain, hindbrain and spinal cord, this is the lower structures which will be managing vitals, largely unconscious functions and relay information. Midbrain, this relays messages to the higher sentence, particularly related to hearing and sighting. In hindbrain, medulla oblongata, pons and cerebellum spinal cord system is present. In medulla, this controls breathing and upright posture. In pons, this is a sighting in breathing and sleep or arousal. Cerebellum is responsible for the body balance and coordinated movements like dancing and typing. Spinal cord, a major conduit for a sensory and motor information and an independent center for reflex movement. For example, pulling a hand away from a heat, or when the stimuli hit us, our body reacts automatically. And the integrative functions and nursing significance, and the main thing is nervous system functions through the integration of millions of receptors, which is unified or each has a unified experience. The integrative process like sensory input is covered or converted into the electrical signals and brought through the procedure or to produce thoughts or memories, and then leads to the motor output. And when it coming to nursing, it is or it helps the nurse to understand the psychology or physiological basis of the patient behavior, explain how the granular secretions and neurotransmitters influence personality and mental health, provides a basic for understanding how specific diseases affect the brain and subsequent human behavior. Thank you.